In 1961, which is his second repatriation, Uncle Ho confronted and reminded the elderly that there is more and more work. On the one hand, party has to train and direct the young. On the other hand, the old party members make the effort to self-study. I'm now 71 years old, and I'm self-study every day, regardless of important talk or not. I must do. The work is harder and harder, if not study, not catch it up. First of all, I will start with an emotional, thoughtful, small piece of story told by Comrade Wu Ki. On the evening of August 27, 1945, when Comrade Wu Ki had been chosen to be a secretary for Uncle Ho by Party Central Committee, he translated a letter to a friend for Uncle Ho. While Uncle was correcting some mistake, he made a hilarious question for Comrade Wu Ki. Do you know at which grade I left school? Said by Uncle Ho. And then he answered by himself. I left school when I just finished officially the second grade of the primary level. So far, through many material resources, we have proved that Uncle Ho learned at 4th grade in French primary school in Vinh City. Having just finished the semester, he had to move to Huế with his father. In Huế, he studied at 3rd and 4th grade in Huế French Vietnamese primary school, which is Dong Ba School, in 1908 to 1909. Uncle Ho learned at 2nd grade of Huế National School. At the 1st grade, his teacher was Phạm Ngọc Toast, whose hometown is Quy Nhơn. In a short time after that, he moved to Phan Thiết and taught the 10th school. After 1911, he came to Saigon in the beginning of June 1911. He traveled to France to share with friends life and job to help Vietnamese compatriots. Since then, Uncle Ho has forgotten himself in self-study with passion. According to Tran Dan Dien, who is the writer of the book, the piece of story about revolutionary activity of life of President Ho Chi Minh. When we in the kitchen met a number of little heavier ship, Uncle Ho's work finished at 9 p.m. every day. But the name of Uncle Ho at that time was artist. However, while all the Vietnamese workers were sleeping or playing cards, Bar read or work till 11 p.m. or midnight. A few days after the ship departed, there were 2 passengers, 2 demobilized soldiers to return to France. I, Tran Dan Dien, was surprised not to understand how 2 men become close friends at Bar. They helped Bar gather vegetables, and in the evening the land brought some small books, taught him to read and write. In the time of being gardener of the ship, Ronald in Santa dress, he learns French with Shan. In British, every day, in the early morning and afternoon, Bar sat in the flower garden. Hayden carried a book and a pen every week. In the day off, he learned English with a Italian professor. But shy, he never indulged in pleasure. The first lesson from Uncle Ho's self-study is to take advantage of time and learn with anybody. In 1968, when he wrote the book, Good Person, Good Work, Uncle Ho said, a person has to learn from other people constantly, which is a meaningful summary. Thanks to self-study, the foreign language level of Uncle Ho was improved quickly. In 1919, Uncle Ho had lawyer Van Trung translated the 8th clause claim to French, but in mid-1930 he was able to write the book The Breath in the French and had Marcel Cachin's write preface. He also wrote articles for the Le Populaire, L'Humanité, and so on. All the time in Soviet Union, Uncle Ho made friends with artist Eric. When Uncle Ho was still alive, Eric wrote about Uncle Ho. In a short time of 4 months, he learned much Swedish and made the Swedes understand what he meant easily. The afternoon Swedish, December 26, 1967. Invited to register to the 7th Congress of International Communists in Moscow in August 7, 1935. Uncle Ho with alias Lin, the leg in the 18th section that no French, English, Cantonese, Italian, and German. Through other materials, we know that Uncle Ho also know Russian, Spanish, and so on. Among those languages, some were used proficiently. Uncle Ho used to say, knowing the foreign languages, easy to be sympathized by the natives. Medium. If we can speak native language, we will make the good effect. When being older, Uncle Ho still learned foreign languages with Rachel Way. When reading the Japanese people, the China newspaper, finding a new word, Uncle Ho noticed in the notebook to study, which some science terms could not be looked up in the normal dictionary. He wrote for Van Trung to ask him about those. Before visiting Indonesia, People's Democratic Republic of Korea, Hungary, and so on, Uncle Ho always noticed some common words. He studied not only foreign languages but also many aspects such as political theory, history, literature, philosophy, science and technology, culture, and so on, to apply into revolutionary Korea. When reading history, language or literature books, he always marked the issue he was interested in or took notes in the sentences he understood thoroughly. Being the leader of the party and the government, he always read and learn all the experiences to build the socialism from Soviet Union, socialist countries, especially from China. Uncle Ho used to set the example of enduring self-study and also help their own party members to follow. He used to recommend that nowadays party require party officer and members to not only be expert in polity but also be good at profession, but cannot lead in general. The resistance period. Our main front is to fight the colonialist enemy. The leaders have to know about economy and technology. If not, must make all efforts to study. Uncle Ho also reminded the elderly to study. We are the old party members. Our knowledge which we had when we were 80 is different in compared with the young generation nowadays. Even in Soviet Union or China, we are still innocent. I'm very innocent, modestly, he said, while the whole world sang the praises of his understandings. The People Forum, Central Agents of Polish United Workers Party, wrote, despite the age, he not only kept youthful appearance but also kept the young soul and sound mind. Bulgarian newspapers praises Uncle Ho with wide knowledge of Asia. comrade John Golan, General Secretary of British Communist Party, said, "He's really a great person but never showed himself to be a great person."